Okay. Ionization potential of hydrogen atom. First we'll discuss about that ionization potential definition. What is ionization potential? Ionization potential means the amount of energy, required to jump electron from n equals to 1 means first orbit. N is equals to 1 means from first orbit to n is equals to infinity means infinite orbit. Infinite orbit known as ionization potential or ionization energy of hydrogen atom. So according to that, ionization potential is equals to, ionization potential is nothing but it is the energy difference between the infinity level to first level, means E infinity level minus E1. The difference is known as ionization potential. But we know that the energy of nth orbit En is equals to, in 1 units, there 3 units we have discussed, joule per atom and joules and erg per atoms and electron volts per atom. Here I am used the electron volt per atom because it is only more important one. So directly 13.6 n square into z square. Electron volt per atom, EV per atom. So Z value is 1 for hydrogen atom. Then 1 square value 1. Now E infinity. E infinity means what, ma? Where n equals to infinity, then E infinity is equals to minus 13.6 into 1 square by infinity square. Actually infinity is nothing but very large value, maybe 100, 1000, 1 lakh. What is that energy level we don't know. Infinity value, denominator is very high. Infinity means it is very high. High value means the denominator value is increases, then automatically the total value, infinity energy value will be decreases. It is approximately or almost 0. So infinite energy level value is almost 0. Yes, it can be 0. Very good. Now E1. E1 value. E1 means n is equals to 1. N is equals to 1, then E1 is equals to minus 13.6 into 1 square by 1 square. Is nothing but minus 13.6 electron volts. Just that E1 value you have to substitute, then ionization potential value will come. Observe how mathematics ma, this denominator value is increases, maybe for example it is 1 means 13.6, it is 2 means 13.6 by 2, it is 3, then again this value will be decreases, 13.6 by 9, it may be 10, means 13.6 by 100, it may be 1000 or it may be 1 lakh. That's infinity value. Infinity means it is very large value. So that n value is very, very high. If n value is very, very high or increases, then the energy value will be decreases, because that infinity may be divided by 1 lakh, means 13.6 by 1 lakh means almost 0, 0.0000 something will come, means we consider as 1, we consider as 0. So that's why the energy of infinity level is equals to 0. The first level is minus 13.6 electron volts. Just mathematical calculations. So that's why basic mathematics are very, very important for physical chemistry. So minus 13.6 electron volts. Now, therefore, ionization potential is equal to infinity. E infinity value how much, ma? Already said 0. Minus of E1 value how much, ma? Minus 13.6 minus of minus how much it is plus 13.6 electron volts. So ionization potential of hydrogen atom is equal to how much ma? 13.6. It is very very important. So what I said, ionization potential definition, the amount of energy required for the jumping of electron or jump of electron from first level to infinity level or first orbit to infinity orbit. So that required energy is known as ionization potential. Therefore ionization potential is equal to it is the energy difference between infinity level and first level. Infinity level energy is 0 and first level energy is minus 13.6, minus of minus plus. Therefore ionization potential of hydrogen atom is plus 13.6. Now hydrogen like species means one electron like containing species, that is helium you have to take. So in the same way ionization potential of He plus helium, ionization potential of yes ma, Nischal, you remember ionization potential, ionization energy or ionization enthalpy, these all are same meaning. Potential or energy or enthalpy means those are in the form of energy forms. So different names, ionization potential or ionization enthalpy or ionization energy means same only. So what is the definition? It is the amount of energy required for jumping of electron from first orbit to infinity orbit. Okay, so for hydrogen atom its value is plus 13.6 electron volts. Now the same way ionization potential of He plus helium. So what it is equals to 0 minus of minus 13.6 into Z square value. What is the Z value for helium? 2. 2 whole square by 1 square. N equal to 1 only na. So that's why this value is equals to 13.6 into 4. 13.6 into 4 how much ma? 13.6 into 4. 54.4 electron volts. In the same way, this is the ionization energy of He plus. In the same way, ionization energy of Li2 plus. Lithium plus 2 ion means here 2 plus what will come ma? 3 square means 13.6 into 9. So the ionization potential of He plus. See here one important point I will ask. The ionization potential of hydrogen is equals to 13.6 electron volts. The ionization potential of He plus is equals to 13.6 into 2 square is nothing but 13.6 into 4 electron volts. The same way, the ionization potential of Li plus 2 is equals to 13.6 into 3 whole square. The atomic number of lithium is 3 whole square. Then 13.6 into 9. So like electron volts came. So the ionization potential order which having more hydrogen is less than He plus and then Li2 plus and then beryllium. Yes ma, lithium plus 2 having more and then beryllium plus 3. Sorry, beryllium Z is equals to 4. That's why beryllium plus 3 having 1 electron. Like this is the order for ionization potential orders. Okay, so if you compare that all having 1 electron only, the positive charge increases, then the ionization potential value increases. It is very very important for objective JEE and NEET question. Okay students, understood? It is very clear. Yes, ma. Okay, everyone clear? Observation important, ma. This observation important, orders. Okay, let's see. The next important concept is de Broglie's concept or de Broglie's wave theory. Okay, let's listen. De Broglie. De Broglie's concept. De Broglie's wave theory. See here, what is de Broglie's concept? According to that, what is the formula of de Broglie's wave theory? That equation of de Broglie's wave theory that we need to discuss. It is very, very important. This formula is important for objective and this concept is also important for subjective examination. Okay, students, let's listen. De Broglie's. According to de Broglie, all microscopic particles means like electrons. All microscopic particles like electrons having high speed. See, all microscopic particles like electrons having high speed has particle nature and wave nature. So what is said? The electrons revolves around the nucleus with high speed. They have both particle nature as well as wave nature is said. That is dual nature. That is a dual nature. That is dual nature is called de Broglie's concept. So now very, very important point, dual nature, dual behavior. See, that word is common word, but dual game. Somebody are playing dual games. What is meaning for dual nature? Like for atoms in an electron. So the atoms having electrons, the electrons are microscopic particles. What is the meaning for microscopic particles, ma'am? Invisible particles like electrons, protons and neutrons. Okay, in that electrons revolves around the nucleus with high speed. Such type of particles, they have dual behavior. Dual behavior means they have particle nature as well as a wave nature is present. So that dual behavior, this concept is known as de Broglie's concept. The dual behavior concept, who's proposed dual nature of electrons? De Broglie has proposed. Who's introduced that dual nature concept? De Broglie is introduced. So, according to this dual concept, he calculated the wavelength of microscopic particles. That is called de Broglie's equation. So, how he calculated the derivation now I will discuss. See, de Broglie's equation. It's very easy, man. The de Broglie's equation is mainly depends on Einstein formula and Planck's constant, Max Planck formula. So according to Einstein, We know very well Einstein proposed that energy E is equals to mc square. Mass into c means velocity of light. Means for example any particle can able having energy. How much energy contains, for example, this chalk only you take. This contains how much energy? Einstein has proposed its mass and its velocity. Means if you are burning this compound completely, then it produces its mass and velocity of light whole square. That much energy it can able to produce. When if you have our speed, our velocity is equal to light velocity, then that energy, according to Einstein, energy is equals to mc square. That is the first formula. And according to Max Planck quantum theory, according to Max Planck quantum theory, what he said, E is equals to h nu. E is equals to h nu. Max Planck constant and its frequency of light or frequency of radiations. See, the both left hand side energy is present. Both left hand LHS are equal and RHS are we need to equalize. See the one from 1 and 2. mc square, otherwise h nu. From 1 and 2, mc square is equals to h nu. And we know that frequency is equals to nu is equals to c by lambda. This one c and c will cancel. From this, lambda is equals to h by mc. Lambda is equals to h by mc. C means velocity of light. For if C is equals to V is equals to velocity of microscopic particles. Microscopic particles, then lambda is equals to h by mv. What is de Broglie's wave equation, For de Broglie's wave equation, the wavelength, the lambda means wavelength. Wavelength is equals to h by mv. Abhay, listen carefully. It's very easy formula. So how I derive lambda is equals to h by mv? So I use two equations. E is equals to mc square and E is equals to h nu. Okay, E is equals to mc square, mass into velocity of light whole square. According to Max Planck quantum theory, the energy is equals to h nu. So here also energy, LHS are equal, then RHS we need to equalize. Therefore, from 1 and 2 equations, mc square is equal to h nu. Then C and C will cancel. Then mc is equals to, mc is equals to h by lambda. Then lambda is equal to h by mc. So one more step we want to write means m into c is equals to h by lambda. This lambda will come to left hand side. This mc will come to denominator. Then lambda is equals to h by mc. But c means velocity of light. C, in case of microscopic particles, the c is also we are considering as v. Means velocity of microscopic particles. Then the C place I introduced V. Therefore, lambda is equal to h by mv. Therefore, lambda is equal to h by mv. What is the final equation for de Broglie's wave equation? The wavelength of microscopic particles is equal to h by mv. Is equal to h by mv. So, in this case, h is constant and mass and velocity will be changes. If mass increases, If mass increases, then lambda value decreases. Velocity of microscopic particles increases, the lambda value decreases. Means the wavelength is inversely proportional to mass and velocity of microscopic particles. Okay, let's see. Just I modify that equations in different forms. We know that momentum P is equals to m into v. How to calculate momentum? Momentum is nothing but m into v. Mass into velocity is known as momentum of microscopic particles. Therefore, the lambda is equals to h by p. So one more formula, lambda is equals to h by c. Here in this case, lambda is inversely proportional to mass, or lambda is inversely proportional to velocity. From this equation, the wavelength is inversely proportional to momentum. The wavelength is inversely proportional to momentum. This is second relation. This is first and this is second. So some cases, this formula, when momentum value directly given, the lambda is equal to h by p. We need to use this formula. Our mass and velocity they given, lambda is equal to h by mv. This formula we need to use. Okay. Next, another important formula or conversion from this equation. Let's see. We know very well kinetic energy Ke is equal to half mv square. From this, mv square is equal to 2 into Ke. Now here mv whole square. See, just this side I multiply with m. Otherwise I will write detail. See, just in the equation, right side and left side either multiplied or division with the same value, then the resultant value will not be changes. So for our convenience, m into m means m square and v square is nothing but mv whole square. The mv whole square is equal to 2m into Ke, kinetic energy. Then mv is equal to root over 2m Ke. So why I calculate mv? Because lambda is equal to h by mv. In that mv place, I can substitute this value, root over 2m into Ke. In case of kinetic energy of microscopic particles they given, then how to calculate wavelength? Lambda is equal to h by root over 2m into Ke. That is the formula. For that case, I derived one more relation. Therefore, lambda is equal to h by root over 2m into Ke. Lambda is equal to h by root over 2m into Ke. Mass into kinetic energy. Okay, understood? This is the third formula. In this case, the wavelength is inversely proportional to square root of kinetic energy. Kinetic energy increases, then the wavelength decreases. That is another relation from this equation. Next, one more formula. We know that kinetic energy is equal to charge into potential or electrode potential V. V means potential difference or voltage. E means charge of the particles. So the kinetic energy place we can write E into V also. Therefore, lambda is equal to h by root over 2m into E into V. This is another formula, fourth formula. Okay, understood? So these are the different formulas for de Broglie's wavelength calculations. See, once again I am writing. Anybody have doubt? Anybody have doubt? I will write you once again, one by one. The first one is lambda is equals to h by mv. The second one is lambda is equals to h by p. The third one is lambda is equals to h by root over 2m into ke. The fourth one is lambda is equals to h by root over 2m into e into v. Charge into potential of electrodes or potential of microscopic particles. निश्चल mv is equals to 2 into ke. I said mv square. This what I did, this side m I did, and mv square is equals to 2 into m into ke. See, this m and this m will cancel. So both sides I multiplied with m. Left hand side and right hand side I multiplied with m. Then the value will not changes. That's why for our simplification, this m and this m is nothing but mv whole square. M square into v square is nothing but 2m ke. What is wrong with that? The both sides are multiplied, then the value will not changes because we know that mv is there, but mv square is not there in denominator. For getting mv value from kinetic energy, just I modify that mv is nothing but 2m ke. 2m ke. Just mathematical simplification. Okay, next important concept. Already I said in both theory only, angular momentum mvr is equals to nh by 2 pi. How it is came? I said that will be proved by de Broglie. The mvr, angular momentum of microscopic particles, mvr is equals to nh by 2 pi. That formula can be proved by de Broglie. Now let's see de Broglie's concept. Both theory. So, how he has proved means, according to de Broglie's, the microscopic particles revolves around the nucleus in wave nature. So, introduced that the electrons revolves around the nucleus in a wave nature, not in a circular orbit. Exactly, not in a circular orbit. So, who is introduced circular orbits? Bohr has introduced that electron revolves around the nucleus in a circular orbits. In that circular orbit, how they revolve means he thought maybe particle nature, but he said because de Broglie introduced that dual nature of the concept, that is that electrons are microscopic particles, they revolve around the nucleus in a wave nature. So according to de Broglie's electrons in an atom, electrons in an atom revolve around the nucleus. In a nucleus in orbits, nucleus in circular orbits. has wave nature. So the electrons revolves around the nucleus in circular orbitals, has wave nature. In the wave form only. De Broglie's concept proved by Bohr's theory means how that MVR is equals to NH by 2 pi K. That can be proved by De Broglie's. So for this proving this concept, De Broglie what he said, the electrons revolves around the nucleus in circular orbitals. They have wave nature. So it is the wave nature is two types. The first one is stationary waves or standard waves. The second one is non-stationary waves. Non-stationary waves are non-standard waves. Non-stationary waves are non-standard waves. So the electrons revolves around the nucleus in circular orbitals having wave nature. So always they are having standard wave nature only, but not non-standing wave nature. But what is standard wave nature? What is non-standing wave nature? First we discuss about that. This is the nucleus. This is the orbit. In that orbit, the electron revolves around the nucleus. In the wave nature, the ends of the waves exactly meet with each other. The ends of the waves exactly meet with each other. Then those are called as standard waves. If the ends of the waves are not will not meet exactly with each other, those are called non-standard waves. So, but always they are in the standard waves only. So, if the electrons are revolves around the nucleus in standard wave form only, then the circumference of the wave or circular orbit, circumference of circle, we know that formula. What is that? 2 pi r. Means this circumference, total length of the circle is always equal to the wave circumference. That value 2 pi r is an integral multiple of wavelength. He is introduced one important formula, that is 2 pi r is equals to n lambda. Then we know that lambda is equals to h by mv. So this is equation 1, this is equation 2. The equation 2 you have to substitute in equation 1. From this 2 pi r is equals to n into h by mv. So this mv denominator is coming to this side, mvr is equals to n by 2. mvr is equals to nh by 2 pi. So that is the, like this way he has proved how that mvr is equal to nh by 2 pi, because the electrons revolves around the nucleus in a circular orbital having standard wave nature. In standard wave nature, the circumference is always an integral multiple of wavelength, means circumference is equals to n into lambda, but lambda is equal to h by mv. According to that, mvr is equals to nh by 2 pi. Hence the de Broglie has proved mvr is equals to n lambda. Okay students. Okay, the next class we will discuss about that Heisenberg uncertainty principle. The next class we will discuss about Heisenberg uncertainty principle. Anybody have doubt? Bye bye.